conventional car calibration, if you run the thing really hot for a long time, it starts to drop the timing back out of it. It would be really great to start out cold at a particular point, not even a high-low point necessarily, and let it warm up and watch the timing and see what happens.
So we went from 870,
yeah,
down to
800. So you're
the temperature here
at 870.
is a few degrees.
well, you may be on the threshold of some sort of inaudible knock or something like that. I don't know. Of course, you don't see it pulling the timing out though either.
All the timing out of the bores could be getting hot, going, squeezing the pistons a little bit.
What's the clearance?
7,000.
That's good.
Or are the pistons going this way, not the bores?
Both. And then let it rip once you get up in the RPM range. Right? You go to the tables and just change the knock.
Along the aqua blue canals and across the wet tundra, soon to be frozen solid. Trust me, I'm headed for that little host village of Glastonbury. I'll catch you back here 7 o'clock tomorrow.
87. A propitious moment in the decade.
I'm gonna go 350 miles an hour today. Come on, Elmer!
Breakfast in a box from Holiday Inn, yours personally.
Which one is the Eggs Benedict?
Warm and steaming.
Better known as a steaming.
And I...
Okay, here we go.
This is a little intermediate test area.
Any power?
Yep.
This Mobil 1 oil sure is good.
First test is to see who's brave enough to go. No, I mean with me.
How did we do?
Not bad for the first session.
What'd you get?
We don't know because the timing equipment wasn't finished being set up. But on our speedo, we got 4,100 and odd change, which is a little slower than the configuration last year. But this was, you know, we have the temperature results, the coolant results, the oil temperature results, the speedo information, the intercooler information. So now let's sit down and kick it around.
The intercooler gauge. It's like the power to the gauge went out. So
Just one gauge.
see if they know. Try to figure out what you lost.
Did we bring any squirt bottles or
Cleaner? No, we got paper towels, that's it.
No, this is just regular cheap gas. We like to run on economy gas.
Cumberland Farms, isn't it? The blue?
Yeah, Cumberland Farms, VP, it's all the same. Oh, we like to give the other folks a fair advantage. We use cheap, dirty gasoline. Should I put this on? What enables us to go as fast as we go are the Goodyear tires. Is it actually working?
Yeah. A lot of wind getting underneath the front of that.
Roy, want to get that torque?
Okay, so the front spoiler probably didn't cost us too much.
The assessment.
Yeah, because I came out of the banking here at 165, 166, you know, and it took us all that way, and we've got a little tailwind.
Well, it'd be great to get that rear spoiler off there.
How can we, what could we do to falsely lower the front?
I heard about sandbagging.
Are we changing hats out yet? No.
No.
Hummer, what are you up to? Oh, okay. Sandbag in the nose.
This section here. Now there's 5 miles an hour right there.
Very, very nice, I must say.
Isn't that 5 miles an hour?
Arms got to be
Stay in the car.
We're at 186.4,
You get
and we were trying to
air mask.
figure out whether it was,
It maxes out
you know,
the air
in
flow meter.
true test form. We didn't do just one change.
You want to go 10 more?
Yeah, we want to go 10 more.
The same setup plus the timing, see what it does, and then take the bags out and see if it was the rear spoiler or the weight of the nose.
Right. Good.
Wait. I connected it.
I'll eat crow.
So it doesn't help the sandbag is the rule of thumb.
Definitely was not floating like it was earlier.
So chances are the rear spoiler
It's
eliminates
It's a bigger
Can't
factor.
leave
too much downforce in the back and within the nose.
Boy, I tell you, there's no difference in handling. With or without that stuff, it's still just rock steady.
It's incredible how much air the car moves out of the way when you're going that fast. You know, standing by the side of the track is really dramatic.
Yeah.
But in fact, when you're in the car, it's like a video game. You know, it's not very real. There's not too much to compare your speed to. Another comment is that I can also feel the tail move around more without the rear spoiler. Now, I don't know if Reeves can or not, but that's just the sensation I get from this seat. So my memory of last year is actually pretty accurate. You know, when we're coming off of the bank, I realize the bank is rough, but I can also feel the tail moving around a bit. And it's actually better with a spoiler, so. What do you want to do, go fast or feel good?
This is the slower of the cars,
okay.
understand? So this car probably will never be over 185, 190, maybe, if we're lucky.
Okay.
The car you were going to put the race tires on, is that thing radically different?
Yeah, radically different.
Here we go.
The plan's just simple to get the fastest street cars in America and to see how fast the fastest street cars in America are and how brave their owners are to bring them out. The bravery aspect comes in putting your machinery on the line and backing up what you have to say about how fast it will go and hoping that it won't blow up. Being confident enough to bring your car out and let us run it 7.5 miles flat out. That's not as easy as it sounds with cars as fast as these.
It's pretty tough.
Well, it's extremely tough. In fact, we're up in an area of aerodynamics and engine cooling development that few people ever tread in, and you get problems up here that you just can't imagine. Manufacturers don't routinely go this fast. Only a couple of cars in the world, production cars like a 959, GTO, and a couple of others actually have exceeded 180 miles per hour on the road, not blown up.
Developed a car for Hot Rod magazine as a project vehicle, and our objectives were 1099 or better in the quarter mile and 1G on the skid pad, and we were successful in both efforts. And it's a truly streetable car. I've driven it in Los Angeles traffic and it doesn't overheat. Under here we have as straightforward a power plant as you could want. It's an all aluminum big block Chevrolet, tall block configuration. It's 9 liters. 650 horsepower, more or less, 700 foot-pounds of torque. Uses a fairly conventional hydraulic camshaft. The engine idles at 500 RPM. It uses a rather conventional single 4-barrel, 850 CFM Holley carburetor with a special manifold that's modified by John Lingenfelter, the tuner on the car. It has 12.5 to 1 compression pistons and has a rather voracious appetite for high-octane racing fuel. Well, we were trying to reduce the amount of airflow into the engine compartment for aerodynamic reasons, but we cut off too much air to the radiator.
Well, yeah.
This is special
Matter of
tape.
fact, this is special tape. It's Callaway Turbo tape. Ask for it by name and accept no substitutes.
Yeah, we don't have enough surface area here to hold. Look at that. I'm not biased, but it was a free uniform.
Please put up your windows, Reeves.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure they go under the rubber. Special speed seekers. Hey, get that camera out of there. Hey, what are you doing? I'm going to erase your tape. Oh, they found me out. I'm so disappointed. Now I'm going to have to go with a new secret.
They've got a tow truck that they're going to bring out here for Sherman and Company, so I don't know what you want to do.
I don't know.
Could have been blown up.
Who knows for sure?
Is he backed off?
I don't know until we get the car back.
It's better if you go full throttle halfway in the middle of that.
The thing I'm just concerned with is at that end we keep the intercooler under 80 speed.
Time on Callaway, please, Ray, over.
Out to Sherman, for Corvette Silvercar 187.95, over.
We're going to be running the other way.
The high-tech Hewlett-Packard calculating equipment.
It's you.
But it's stylish.
It's you.
It's stylish. See, I mean, it's got the very nouveau colors, you know.
It's you.
And it's solar.
Well, and it's also aero. You
It's
know, if you
also
lift
very,
this up,
yeah. That's exactly.
The angle of
well,
attack changes.
The wind makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side wind?
Side wind.
It was nice and smooth. Felt some wind, crosswinds coming down the straightaway, but Reeves obviously has done this a lot of times because he knows exactly where to put on the throttle to come out of the corner at 170, which is what he said he was going to do. And we just cruised on by. So, easy as pie.
The rear lift tends to make the car feel like it's going this way.
Even only on the straight or in the corners or both.
On the straight is where I mostly use.
Really?
As you can see, I don't push it very hard in the corner.
So we won. 205? 200.5. We're building little motors, 200 inches in the motor, and then of course twin turbos. And the doors, the fenders, and the hood are all aluminum. We weighed it the other day in soaking wet, meaning full tank of gas and everything. Car weighs a touch over 2,500 pounds. The intercooler is probably 2.5 to 3 times the size of the stock intercooler. And we hit 200. So that makes the trip worthwhile.
We're using just Mercedes-Benz parts, all the electronic, the computers, K computers. It's a better power, it's a better feeling, to have the power all over the RPM range. So especially this engine has the power. The 4-valve range, the 4-valve cylinder head, give it, let the engine breathe in the high RPMs. 5,000, 6,000 RPMs without any problem.
You hear him shifted at about 180?
Yeah.
We lost a crankshaft, and we're headed back to Decatur.
Boy, that is cute.
What happened, the oil pickup didn't follow the oil up the side of the oil pan, and we lost oil pressure and lost the rear main bearing. So we're going to go back and hook up a dry sump, and we'll be back here in the morning.
This one was like, I was going one-handed at 170, just coming in. It was amazingly nice at those speeds. For a little more excitement, I think, getting a scarier car.
Yeah. It's nice to know what speed we came off the banking.
Oh, great. Just going along. Come on. Take your pick.
Drop it out like this, okay? And bring it down so that you're basically trying to fill this wick area up because this is a high turbulence region.
And stay even with the edge of the tread.
Yeah, pretty much with the edge of the tread. And then from here, if it's a little bit further in, dive it in a little bit more. And then, because this has got that, so you're wrapping this way. This you almost want to keep virtually at the same level.
Horizontal?
Almost horizontal. Horizontal shuffle would probably do.
Okay, so let me get this straight. I hit the starter while pressing down on that, and then I release that once it's cranking.
Just as it starts spinning, then it'll crack, because otherwise it goes. That's why we're having starter troubles. We got so much compression in the motor.
We did a little experiment at Talladega with guild panels that had little lips on them, and it was our feeling that in terms of overall temperature in that area, it wasn't reduced, but the transient was really interesting, that the temperatures would come down
Quickly.
twice as fast.
Yes. You're probably extracting a fair amount of air.
Is this motor going to last if we do like 2 laps? Well, you know, I'm just thinking, you know, we've got no time pressure here. If I do 1 lap a little slower and then, you know, get the hang of it. Well, whatever. Get comfortable with it, do whatever you want.
And we found that while close, we found that if we take the helmets off the roof and close the doors, that we can barely inch past the barn.
It didn't start breaking back. It's just a belly thing. It goes down here. But I didn't really find the kill switch, so I just cut it with the ignition. That's great. You might want to take a look at it. Yeah, you want to just push it down the end? You want me to start it up?
No, okay. Just remember that before you get on it, going into the banking to get your speed, just, you know, pull left on that rocker there and you're all set. Just let it run out of water.
Stay down?
Yeah, stays down.
And you have enough duration for, say, mid-turn down here to
the
traps? What did you enter the back banking at?
Oh, in this one? No, I'd take the back straightaway as a chance to back off to almost no manifold pressure and 150 mile an hour chance for the oil and water to rest.
Okay. What's our use for red line shifts?
46, 48.
Get a speed on him?
No.
This plant down on the north end, that was 194.52.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
The hole was 1.5 thou on the high side, and apparently the bearing was small, and when the block got hot, the game ring just came out the back.
After 1,000 miles, drag strip, Rick Mears at Willow Springs.
And the block was
one lap here.
We're going to have a black Camaro going out for a warm-up lap.
Shut it off for some reason.
It looked like about 190, 200. This is going. I mean, who knows? Yeah, it's really hard to judge. It's going very fast, though.
196.04.
The cooling system on that car, you have to burp all the air out of it, and we just filled it up this morning, and if he saw his temperature gauge go over, he would have cut it off. That's oil.
It takes 640 horsepower to go 220. But if you turn the manifold pressure to 20 psi, you know, we saw numbers on the dyno that just said, ooh, boy, the crank's going to drop out of the bottom of this one until you turn it faster. I mean, you get 900 foot-pounds and 3,500 RPM. And you know that the overdrive won't take that and all that kind of stuff. So it's a little... We were nervous about it being a little delicate. It seems to be, you know, it's only got a couple hours on it now, so we really don't know all of this. I'm going to quit. This is
187 at this end. That's right there.
Didn't seem to accelerate at all on the straightaway.
Oh boy, ours, look.
Well, I came off the banking at about 5,500, and that's basically where it stayed.
Yeah, it's just you.
The car is stable. What?
187 down there.
Well,
it's slower down there?
I don't know if it's slower. We don't have a number.
Okay, because it didn't seem like it accelerated at all.
And he was so confident of the motor, he fired it, set the timing, shut it off, and we put it on the trailer.
That's it.
That's one Camaro.
Work on it long enough, it works.
Woo!
Matt, what do we have?
What they got?
Give me the numbers.
That was 216.86.
All right! Woo! Woo-hoo!
Fantastic. Did you copy that, Silva?
Roger.
All right.
Tremendous. Tremendous. 9 liters and no turbos can do it.
Yes. Pump gasoline, one carburetor, American style.
Well, we get one more run.
Well, Reeves the expert. Do we let him take a shot at it and then we drive it?
I would ride with him if I were this.
Geez, I'd really rather not expose anybody else to anything that
We're
may happen
exposed.
to me.
Kind of curious about what there is to know.
I'd hate to be a passenger in that speed. I thought that would be.
Take a nude photo.
You got something on there to...
Okay, Rich, the start procedure is both buttons forward. Those are fuel pumps. Right. Rocker switch in neutral. Okay. It's not like a normal Corvette. check the spark advance.
Gonna make the run now.
Okay.
Part where we go out and do some good.
On the white Corvette, 231.1 miles per hour.
Thank you, Ray.
Hey.
Woo! Woo-hoo! Fantastic.
Did you copy that, Silva?
Nice.
Roger, thanks.
Wonderful.
Okay, a little smile, come on. I mean, you did get fast this time or not? And this is the shot that counts right here, come on. Good time.